Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host Chris, or CDB, and today we have a good one for you, I believe. We're going to be using the Barrister and Man. Let's see if you can see it better like that. This is the Fougere Angelique. Very expensive. I'm going to say that at the onset. The reason I got this soap is because someone recommended it to me because they said it was a citrus forward sort of Fougere, and it is. It's really a beautiful scent, and sometimes with Barrister and Man and scents, for me, it's gambling because I don't know whether I'm going to like it or not. When I get a hit, it's a big hit, and I love it. And when I get a miss, it's a big hit, a big miss, and I usually hate it. And so, when something is this expensive, this is $27.99, I believe, for 4 ounces. Yeah, $6.99 an ounce. Ooh. If you look at the the cost, that is crying like, the sort of crying that kids do when they can't catch their breath. That's what it produces, that sort of crying when you spend that much. At least for me, because I'm, experiencing a lot of different soaps, and I have to try to be selective because, I'm using a lot of them. When you're spending this is 2 sterling soaps. This is 1 plate from Carve for your razor. I mean, it's a lot of money. $27.99, but it is a beautiful Fougere scent. Probably next to Martin de Condre Fougere, it's probably the best one I've ever smelled. It is, like I said, for me, citrus forward. You definitely get citrus notes in it. Lime, lavender, lemon maybe. I don't know, neroli. And then you get the other elements that make it sort of Fougere-ish. So it is really a beautiful scent for me. So I'm really happy with it. And, I expect the quality to be very good. It's Barrister Man. It's going to be good quality as far as the quality of the soap goes. I'm going to be using the RazoRock switch again because I had someone ask me to use that again because they wanted to see it. And it is loaded with a Dorco Titan blade. So we're going to give that a go today. And again, this soap is not inexpensive. I believe it's made exclusively for Magritte. Again, $27.99, $6.99 an ounce. That's pretty expensive. But we hope the soap will be as good as it smells. And if it is, we're going to be happy because I will pay more for a scent that I love if it's a decent quality soap. I'm going to apply a little pre-shave here. Hope everyone is having had a great weekend, I should say. It was a pretty good weekend. Obviously, we didn't do a lot. The weather really wasn't very good here, and you're not really supposed to be out anyway. And so, as I've mentioned before, we're trying to, obey the instructions our government is giving us. I think in the U.S. now we're up to nearly 40,000, or at least as of Sunday, 40,000 coronavirus deaths. We had almost 2,000 in one day. 1,900, I think. And so very, very serious and very important for people to still take it seriously until we're out of the woods, and we're not out of the woods yet, or at least as far as I can tell, judging by the number of cases. Many cases still out there, and it appears to be growing. So, all right, here we go. We're using, by the way, our West Coast Shaving 2-tone brush, which is a nice brush that I really enjoy. And let's get going with our Barrister and Man Fougere, Angelique. And like I said before, with Barrister and Man, there's absolutely no guarantee you're going to love every scent because they take risks. And sometimes, like with this one, for me, it pays off. Now, someone told me that they thought I would like this Fougere because it's citrusy. And so whoever that is, comment below, because you're right, I do like it a lot. In my opinion, this is one of the better scents that I've ever gotten from Barrister Man. So even at $27.99, I'm happy with it, just because this is a unique scent, and it is mostly citrus to my nose. So that is music to my nose. That doesn't make any sense. But trust me, I like it. Let's put it that way. Just really beautiful scent. Let's see if we can get a little more water in here. Just spread a little water in there. And I'm trying to develop some dexterity with my, each hand so I can become competent at straight razor shaving. And so we're going to be taking that on, and we're going to hope not to cut ourselves a lot, but we expect that we will. And I was watching Johan from Shave and Butcher, and he was saying, I say we, and there we go. Finding the angle on this one is really the trick. Can you hear that? Hope you can hear that. There is some feedback on this razor. Let me make sure I get it tight. That's the one thing. Because you have to rotate it, it can unloosen on you if you're not careful. There we go. It feels pretty good. Not bad so far. Anyway, Shave and Butcher was saying, I say we. And I say we because I'm including you all. So all of you are with me as far as I'm concerned in these shaves. And we're all in it together as a community. And that's why I say we. Just trying to be inclusive of everybody. There we go. I must say, the switch is pretty easy to use for a Shavette type razor, at least for me. And so if you want to sort of get into a Shavette style razor with training wheels, you know, this one might be one you enjoy. It is not, this is where I really, this left hand, I don't have great dexterity with it. And this is where it feels kind of odd. But you know, that's why these shaves are, that's why I'm doing these shaves, to develop. I don't know why I have my hand on my head now. It's not really necessary at this point. But I will say this particular one is far safer. And you can, for those of you who've never seen it, you can turn it up like a DE. I'll show you that at the end. Maybe we'll do some cleanup with it at the end. But I'm not saying you can't cut yourself with it, because I'm sure you can. But it certainly feels a little safer, at least from my perspective. Let's get this area here a little bit. There we go. The only thing about this one, if you're used to using straights and Shavettes, is you really have to find the angle, otherwise it won't cut. And so that makes it a little different. And because it's kind of like a DE, you can clog it. But I will say, it shaves pretty well. And it gets the job done. And, you know, it doesn't feel threatening. Even though it's sort of the style of a Shavette. So that pass wasn't bad. Let's just pull some of that down and wet our face again. So there was pass one. No bubbles, no troubles there. That's outstanding. I want to mention a few things here. One, I'm going to be doing a live again this coming weekend. It'll be the same as last time. On the 24th and 25th, I'll put an image up there for you. Friday, 8 p.m. and Saturday, 3 p.m. Trying to accommodate folks in Europe on Saturday and, you know, as many people as possible. It's not possible for me to accommodate every single person. So Friday will be mostly chat. Maybe we'll do some lathering testing and stuff. Saturday, we'll do a live shave because some folks wanted to see that. So, okay, let's roll again with our Barrister Man. Fougere Angelique, really stellar scent on this one for me. I can't guarantee you'll love it, but the citrus in it just makes me absolutely love it. This is one of those times where I've gotten a hit. It is a Grand Slam home run. And, you know, I really appreciate it when I do. And it really hurts me when I miss at this price. But honestly, I would pay this for this because the scent is absolutely, to my nose, unique. Not like any Fougere soap I've ever tried. And very, very pleasant. Like I said, I'm getting a lot of citrus and then some rounding. And it's just beautiful. And so sometimes you really, with Barrister Man, you get something you just absolutely love. And then I've gotten some stinkers, you know. They go for it on scents, and it can be good or bad. And every time I do one of these videos with Barrister Man, people will comment below that, you know, their scents are overrated and so on. And I guess that just depends on the person. This one is an absolute winner for me. It's terrific. But I do understand that a lot of times I get scents I don't like. And so it's probably, you know, maybe 50-50, maybe less than 50-50. But the ones I do like, I really like. And generally the ones I don't like, I really don't like. And that's just, you know, just how it goes with the Barrister Man, as far as I'm concerned, for me anyway. Now, there are other people that really like most everything they do. And, they, you know, they like the risks that they take, and they like the scents that they produce, and I like many of them. Seville being one. Some of their old ones like Ferox and Cheshire, and I can't remember them all, obviously. They've made so many over the years. But this one for me is very nice. And I'm glad to have, you know, picked it up. I think it's very, very nice. Let's see if we can use our left hand over here for this. Not too bad. The key again with this razor is rotating it at an angle, finding the angle at which it cuts. That's the trick. Because it is, you know, kind of like a DE oriented this way. And so it's not like a straight razor. There I'm using the wrong hand. And that's what you get. I'm a novice at this, obviously. See right there, I'm having trouble finding that working angle. And I do that more with my left hand. I can find it pretty quickly. With my right hand, it takes some time. There we go. There we go. There's very light feedback. Not a ton, but you can hear it from time to time. But honestly, I have been noticing that when I use these Shavette type razors, that I'm getting far more off in the first pass than I have been with the other razors. At least that's what I'm finding so far. Finding the angle here. There we go. You can hear a little bit of feedback there. You hear that? Little bit. So not so bad. Not bad at all. Again, a little awkward, but that is to be expected with you know, completely new style of shaving implement. New to me. And the soap is performing well. I mean, do you really have to comment on it at this point? You know, it's Barrister Man's got good quality. The question is always the scent. That's all there is to it. Quality, you know, it's going to be there. Scent may or may not, you know, depending on your preference, obviously. This one is an absolute keeper. And to whoever recommended it to me, thank you. You know my taste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very nice. I think John from RazoRock recommends a lot of scents to me, and he's right. I want to mention a few other channels while we're getting ready to relather. Let's apply a little moisture to her face here. I want to mention about the stallion, Anthony Esposito, and I'll put his channel below. He has always been a help to me since we started. We originally found each other in Badger and Blade many years ago. And we developed a friendship, and we have remained friends for many years now, probably 7, maybe longer. And he's always been helpful. Whenever I've needed anything, any kind of advice, or any sort of help with any sort of shaving, anything, he has always been there and is very generous. He has done a lot for the community. Now, I understand that his channel is rated R. So if you're watching mine and thinking of cruising over there with your kids, be careful, because, you know, it is not PG or PG-13 like mine. But that said, I enjoy watching him, and he is a friend of mine, and he has always been there to help me anytime with any sort of shaving, anything. And, you know, cigars, no matter what, he's one of the more generous guys that you can imagine. And he's seen where I was asking him some questions, and he was like, I'm going to send you some straights, you know. I'm going to send you one to beat around on and one that's pretty nice. Just stick with it, bro, you know. You know the way he talks. I was very thankful for that. He's always been that way, though. He's helped many, many, many people. So check out the Stallion, but make sure when you check out the Stallion, if you have kids and you're sensitive to, you know, adult language, it would not be for them. So I'm just putting that warning out there because I don't want anybody to go over there and go, why would you do that, you know? So for the last pass, I'm going to switch. This is why it's called the switch, because it unscrews like so. And then you take off this bottom cap right here. It's a little nut on there, but my sausage fingers are in front of it. We'll put it back on the side here, just so we don't lose it. And then you screw the razor back up into the head. Now you've got like a standard DE razor. And so we're gonna just do our last pass this way, just to get it cleaned up. And I don't know, you all tell me, when you use Shavettes, do you find that you're cutting more per pass? Because with DEs, I'm usually still cutting a fair amount at the end. But with these Shavette type razors, I'm not cutting as much. Now I can still hear some there against the grain, you know. But I'm finding they're more efficient. But I still love my DEs. And I'm always going to use DEs, you know, on my channel. But I'm anxious to learn a new skill too. And hopefully, reach a new audience and let people know also, as I develop some competency, that straight razor shaving still a thing. There's many, many brilliant straight razor shavers that do it better than me. And even when I get competent, they'll probably always be better than I am. But I want to try to reach as many people as we can and grow the hobby. And I've never really taken the time to master, or at least develop good competency with straights, and I'm going to do it now. I've avoided it mainly because I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole of wanting to buy a bunch of straight razors, but we're going to learn, and we'll learn together. And so for those of you who are just starting with straights or Shavettes, that'll be great. And for everybody else, it'll be great too. You'll see me make many mistakes. There probably will be some blood along the way, I expect. Especially since I talk so much during the video, because I don't like dead air when I watch videos. So I tend to make the kind of videos that I like to watch, and I don't like a lot of dead air. So I like to keep it flowing. That's just me. All right, I think we've got a pretty doggone good shave here. Very, very high quality soap. Residual slickness absolutely there. I could keep going over and over and over that with no problem. You know, and that's just what you expect from bears. They've been doing it a long time, and anybody who's been doing it as long as they have, and they're still around, is a good soap maker. You can just about guarantee it. All right, let me rinse the face. We'll come back and get into the post. Stay tuned. All right, and here we are back with our Lancaster towel, which just wicks away that moisture beautifully, and it does not leave any fiber or particles on your face. Terrific. Those sold out really quickly when they went on sale Saturday, but don't worry, there'll be more. But I expect them to sell out for a while now, because it is no longer a secret that these are very nice. So just stay tuned to Lancaster Razor Works on either Instagram, Facebook, and he will announce when more are available. And when I know it, I will post it up too. All right, the Bear Stearns Man Fougere Angelique. It's beautiful. It's got a great citrus fougere is what I would call it. It is right down my alley. It's one of the better Bear Stearns Man scents that I've ever experienced, to be honest. Very expensive, by regular soap standards at $27.99, $6.99 an ounce, but I'm happy with it. It's a terrific performer and really a terrific scent for me. I love it. West Coast Shaving, two-tone synthetic, very, very good. Usually they're around 17 bucks, which is a very good price. We used the RazoRock switch today, which did a good job. No cuts, creepers, weepers, nicks, irritation, bubbles, troubles. That's a big thumbs up. We're gonna finish off today with fine, fresh Vetiver, because I don't really have any Fougere aftershaves, but honestly, you could probably use any citrus aftershave with this Bear Stearns Man Fougere Angelique, and it would work well. I actually need to see if Magret has the aftershave, because it's quite good, and I think it was made exclusively for Magret, or sold exclusively there, if I'm not mistaken. Really, really nice. This was a wonderful shave. I want to thank everybody out there for watching, as always, and I want to remind you, I've been your host, CDB, and I am just tongue twisted today, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way, and of course, God bless.